Going a little live action today. Starting a little early. Trying to give people a chance to spend a little time. Shalom. Shalom. By a chance kind of see, spend a little time together. Come together, talk about all these events that are going on every single day. Hey, all right, Mem said, yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you, Ancient Gardener. Shalom from that family. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, get your opportunity to get your rest on. Spend that time with the Most High right now. Thank Him for all the things He's doing for us right now. Just basking in the power of the Most High, our Father, right now. It's a beautiful thing right now. Absolutely beautiful day right now. And everything's more beautiful when you see your Father working on your behalf, right? When you see Him, fulfilling that promise He made to our forefathers. Just makes everything that much better, right? Hope you guys can hear okay. It's a little bit windy over here. Hopefully it's not muffling the speakers. But everyone's enjoying their Shabbat right now. If you guys are back east already, Midwest, if it's already dark, sundown. Everybody a chance to kind of see beautiful scenery behind me over here. Yeah, it's beautiful over here. Hold on, let me show you the mountain range behind me here. See the mountains back there. Yes, I love them views too. Let's give the family a chance to kind of get in here real quick. We're in Southern California. It's a little windy right now, but like I said, we're just gonna spend a little time out here right now before we go into the car and kind of go over some things. We're gonna read some stuff. Brother Hawood was talking about the destroyer, and I went and got my Colbrin Bible. We're gonna read a little bit out of that Colbrin Bible because you can see, these prophecies that they've kept out of the Bible and they put into these other books are being fulfilled. And the vast majority of the world is absolutely oblivious, to the fact that these other prophecies that are written in other books are being fulfilled right now. So we're going to read a little bit out of the Colbrin Bible. But right now we're just, spend a little time together, waiting for the family to get in, giving you guys the opportunity to Oaxaca, Mexico, huh? Sweet. Give everybody a chance to kind of come in real fast. And all of a sudden, it's just the wind just started kicking up. It wasn't this windy when I got over here. The angel of wind is getting a little busy right now, huh? We're definitely going to be getting together this weekend, doing some more lives, spending some more time together. I said, because I'm sure something's going to pop off again tomorrow. I'm sure something's going to pop off the day after that. So it's just beautiful the way things are going right now. It's just all of a sudden, the wind just kind of kicked up a little bit. Nothing major. Hey, Brother Abdullah, good seeing you. Greetings, family. Great seeing everybody. Biden and Harris have tanked. Yes, Rahaviel is here with us. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? I love the windy days. That's why it used to be always be one of my favorites. Is the wind's kicking up. I love wind. I love that wind. But that's not bad. Just all of a sudden it started kicking up right now. I'm in a valley, so it used to be we used to get a nice wind every evening. Where I'm at, and it used to be like every single evening. You could actually always count on getting a nice little wind, kind of cooling everything down. Yeah, they're spraying like crazy. You guys see that behind me? Spraying like crazy up there. I was noticing that when I was driving over here to the park. This is crazy. But we know what's up. We know what's up. Definitely a lot of fighting amongst the elite. Exactly. They running. They running. They know what's coming. The top 1%, the elite, they know exactly what's coming. So they were the ones that have been privy to all this information. The Masons, they've had our information. They know that prophecy is being fulfilled. I'm pretty far from Ventura. I'm a couple of hours from Ventura. We used to go up there and vacation in Ventura and go to Ojai. Ojai. I love that place, Ojai. That's actually where I got my Bible that has all the precepts. We actually got in it's like a valley. It's this really nice area called Ojai. It's like in a valley, and we happened to go there, and that's actually where I found that Bible that had all these precepts. Some lady just had it in the corner, and I found the Bible, and I asked her, hey, how much was it for the Bible? She said, $50. I said, lady, you don't even know what you got here. So I happily paid her $50 and got the hell out of there like I stole it. Santa Barbara is beautiful. Is it this weekend where there's a huge storm coming back east? Like a huge winter storm's coming, I think, right? Yes, Most High definitely reads that Bible, and that Bible with all them precepts in the definitely all the precepts that are all in the Apocrypha and everything else. I said it was just an absolute blessing. But we did I did a video probably a couple years ago at least, I think, on the Colbrin, and we kind of read it, and then did a couple of videos, and we kind of left it at that. But Brother Hawood was kind of talking about that on one of his last videos, and when pulled it out this afternoon and kind of was reading through it, I was like, we need to read this. We need to read this as a family. I said the thing is, a lot of you Gentiles, you guys are not in any position to say, oh, that's not true. Oh, we don't believe that. I said, your people have hidden all this information from you. I said, and they're not even telling you. They're not even telling you that they've hidden all this information. You guys are still fighting a battle that they've already, conceded. The elites are already running. The elites are already, they know what's coming. They're hiding. They're going into their bunkers. They're going into their, they're hidden, their dumbs, deep underground military bases. They're running, and they haven't even told you that they lied to you. They haven't even, they expect to leave everybody else up here to deal with the consequences while they run. And the Most High is at least raising up His people to tell you the truth. The Most High is raising up His people at this time to tell you the truth. See, many of the other Gentiles they don't know, and even the ones that do know, most of them aren't going to say anything. But that's okay though, because we're going to read from the Colbrin, and we're going to bring out this information. You can accept it, but they know, about the destroyer that's coming. One of the subscribers sent me an email with a video that was talking about this huge planet that they're catching on these cams that show that it's really, really close to the Americas, or to our Earth, to our planet. So these people know what's already here, and they're not telling anybody anything. They're just keeping it, they're keeping it to the end. You remember that movie 2012? How they just, they didn't tell anybody anything. They're over here making their plans. They're trying to figure out their way of escape, and they never told the people anything until they couldn't hide it anymore. And then they still didn't tell anybody anything. They just ran to their places of of escape and left everybody else up, screwed. And like I said, at least, the Most High's given us the opportunity to tell you what's going on. He's given us that task to share this truth with you. But your own people have lied to you, and they're not telling you anything. They're going to be talking about the destroyer. Read a little bit of that. You just take the words right out of the book, and you can apply it to everything you're seeing right now. And even right now, how we're awakening. That's all part of prophecy. It was funny because this one gentile, I forgot his name, whatever. He left a comment, and he was just talking about all the blessings that were promised to Abraham. And he's like, well, blacks don't fit, that we're going to be like a people, spread out all over the world, and we're going to have the gates of all the other nations, and, pretty much we're not going to have we don't fit those chosen people because we're not experiencing the blessings. I'm like, dude, that just shows you how little you understand of the Bible. You guys can't hear? Can you guys hear me okay? Or is it too windy? Should I go to the car right now? I'll wait. I'll talk about it when I get to the car. That's cool. Flapping them wings. I love it though. Absolutely beautiful. Sky is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Hopefully that's better. Maybe everybody can hear me okay now. Okay, so yes, Gentile was making a comment about how, we don't fit the blessings, and since we're not fitting the blessings, that we can't be the chosen people. And I'm like, bro, do you even understand your scriptures? Do you understand that we're not going to be enjoying the blessings at the end? See, that's exactly what we're not supposed to be under the blessings. We're under the curses right now. You know what I'm saying? So it was like just a total disconnect. It's just some guy, that was in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like, bro, I said, we're not supposed to be at the top. We're supposed to be at the bottom. We're going through curses. And that's exactly why you don't understand your scriptures. It's exactly why you guys are not, qualified to be trying to break down scriptures. And you're still hearing some wind? Oh, whatever now, so I guess I can lose them a little bit. There, hopefully that's better. Now you might hear the engine of my car, but Is that better? Let me know if that's better. Okay, cool. So yeah, the guy was he was still talking like we're supposed to be under the blessings right now. And I'm like, bro, we're not supposed to be under the blessings. We're under the curses right now. And when Yahushua comes back, that's when we start to come out of, these curses and start to be revealed to the world once again. But like I told him, I said, your scoffing is actually fulfilling prophecy. The fact that you seem to think that you know everything, even at this point, is still proving, it's still fulfilling prophecy. So I said, so keep on scoffing. That's not a problem. Because at the end, you're going to go to our Father and you're going to say that your fathers have inherited lies. And that's exactly what we're working up to right now. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, you guys have nothing to say as far as prophecy is concerned. Because as long as you guys have hidden who the Most High's chosen people are, there's no way that you can actually interpret prophecy at all. And that's what we're at right now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and we have to get into these other books. I said, that's why they're so screwed up. They're so screwed up because they don't read anything else. Even if they read the books that have been approved, which most of them don't, they only read them from a certain perspective. They only look at them from, a gentile perspective. And now, I'm sure you guys saw today how, pretty much Russia just said, hey, we don't have any other options. And they started moving a bunch of their military equipment from like Siberia, from the east, and they're moving it to, over towards Ukraine. I'm sure you guys saw that. And there was a huge cyber attack last night or this morning, right? So you guys all saw that. I'm sure many of you guys are aware of that too. I was listening to the Desert Prepper, and he brings a lot of good information. I like the way that he presents it and everything else like that. So we got to get our information from wherever we can get it. He does a really good job presenting the information, but it's just understanding why things happen. They're totally oblivious as to why these things are happening. But I guess before they took Crimea, for a few days before, there was a lot of cyber attacks. So the fact that there was a huge cyber attack today is just probably just leading up to, these things getting ready to start to happen. These things getting ready to start to jump off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot of great information. And it's definitely going to go down. And the thing is that they're all hoping that things, calm down and cooler heads prevail. I said, but that's not going to happen. I said, those aren't the times that we're in. And before, when we were not awakened, that was an option. As long as we weren't awake, then cooler heads could prevail and they could continue on with this society. They can continue on with, enjoying their blessing. But, there can't be two chiefs. There can't be, two heads of the table. There's only gonna be one at a time. So as long as we were at the bottom, and as long as we were destroyed as a people, as long as we had no clue as to what's going on, they could rule and reign. But now that the Most High is giving us back our understanding, giving us back, our knowledge, and we're not just being complacent and just being content with what they tell us, I said, that's it. There can't be two chiefs. There can't be two heads. There's only going to be one. You know what I'm saying? And so that guy coming in and just making those comments about you guys don't fit the blessings. You guys aren't, pretty much like, we're not a superpower. We're not going, we haven't controlled all these different countries. We haven't been. And what's funny is, like I told him, I said, this is what happens when you listen to the Gentile history. See, we already were the head. We were the head. Now that you understand that we were the Irish, and that we had the 40 universities with the 60,000 students with the 20-year curriculum. Once they realized that our language was all over Europe, that we were all over the Americas, and that people were coming over to the Americas, and our priests were going all over the world teaching everyone. That shows you that then we were the pinnacle. We were the head. That history has all been hidden. Remember, as soon as the Catholic Church came, them and the Abominable Church and the English all came together with their priests, and they rewrote us out of history. So all of our greatness has been hidden. All of the things that we did before has been hidden. So therefore they could write themselves in as being, the Greeks were, the ancient people, and they've done this and they've done that. See, that was all us. But they wrote all of that out of history. So this guy is working with just very limited information. thinking that he's going to come and talk to us like he really knows something. Because they've been able to walk around with very limited history and no one's checked them on anything. So therefore they could say all these things and no one would ever, check them and say, hey, that's not true. Hey, hold on. What about before the Greeks? What about, it wasn't the, the Persians and the Medes, then the Greeks, and whatever happened to our people. They made it sound as if our people were never a great people. But now that we know that we were the Irish, we were the English, we were Gaul, we had all that area. We had a bunch of area of Europe that we controlled. Now that we understand that, then we understand that people were coming to us for knowledge and understanding, that we had control of all these different areas. So now when you talk about the blessings, see, you guys have the blessings now, which is you really don't want to be holding, you don't really want to be the blessings. You're the one that's now going to be responsible for all of this destruction when the Most High comes back. See, you guys had your opportunity to run everything and you've destroyed everything. You think the Most High is going to be happy when he comes back and sees what you've done to his planet? You think the Most High is going to be happy with what you've done to the Most High's chosen people? You think that he's going to be happy with how you have treated, you actually pull the wool over not only our eyes, but your own. You think the Most High is going to be happy. So you read the scriptures and talk about how upset he is. How he comes back and he's destroying Edom. So, yes, you guys are the pinnacle right now. You guys are in charge right now. Yes, this all happened under your watch. This all this how society is just absolutely, ass backwards. It all happened under your watch. We're not getting blamed for any of this because we weren't in charge. We were at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? So there's no way you can be blaming us. We're not going to get blamed for all this. That's why, you hear people saying things like, if you do this, you're gonna get destroyed. If you do that, we've already been destroyed. We've been destroyed for the last, a few thousand years. We've been taking our punishment. So we're, and that's why your guys' prophecies are horrible because, you've ignored our punishment and it made it sound like the Most High is coming back to punish us once again. And that's not how this is going down. But as long as you guys are, not listening to anybody else and you're still following all the stuff that you guys wanted to come up with, I said, then, hey, knock yourself out with that one. We're going to get this book out real quick. We're going to read this Colbrin real quick. Bring my backpack, some of these books here. Here we go. We're going to read some here from the Colbrin Bible. Okay? It's like we're getting our butts whipped for how long? You know what I'm saying? And we're supposed to get our butts kicked again? I said that would make the Most High, unjust. For us to get destroyed for the last 500 plus years, and then to get destroyed again. You thought Big Judah was reaching for snacks? Yes, these are snacks. This is our food. This is our food right now. You see which part I want to start out right here. Okay. The Destroyer. Okay. Some of chapter 3. Okay. I'm not just going to show you a little bit, but we're going to start with some of chapter 3. All right. I'm just going to read it. I'm going to do it like this. Okay. Okay. Thus it was in the days of heavenly wrath, which have gone, and thus it will be in the days of doom when it comes again. The times of its coming and going are known unto the wise. So the wise are going to know about this information. Okay. These are the signs and times which shall precede the destroyer's return. So this is what we're supposed to be looking for before the destroyer returns. 110 generations shall pass into the west, and nations will rise and fall. Men will fly in the air as birds, and swim in the seas as fishes. Men will talk peace one with another. Hypocrisy and deceit will have their day. Women will be as men, and men as women. Passion will be a plaything of man. Okay? So right there, sounds like a lot of things happening today. Men will talk peace one with another. Hypocrisy and deceit shall have their day. And that's exactly what you've been having with these other nations being in charge. Okay, let's continue. A nation of soothsayers shall rise and fall, and their tongue shall be the speech learned. A nation of lawgivers shall rule the earth and pass away into nothingness. That's us. That is us. Remember, like I said, we're going to pass away into nothingness. We're going to be a nation of lawgivers. Remember now, and that's why we go into our history, that we were the ones that was going around teaching all these other nations. Remember how pissed off the abominable church got because they got to certain places and they thought they were bringing new information about the Savior, about Jesus, about Yahushua, and they're like, we have that. We already know about that. The virgin birth, yeah, we got that. We've had that for a long time. Oh, you thought you were bringing something new? Oh no, we already got all that. How did they get all that? From our priests. So again, these are all signs of things that were going to happen before the destroyer comes. Again, a nation of soothsayers shall rise and fall, and their tongue shall be the speech learned. Now, we've all had to learn their languages. English, Spanish, French, all that stuff, okay? A nation of lawgivers shall rule the earth and pass away into nothingness. We ruled the earth. We were the rulers. We were the one that we were given, we were given dominion over the earth. But then we passed away into nothingness. Psalms 83. The whole world came together and put us, and took everything away from us and made us as we were nothing. Took away our history, took away all of that. Okay? One worship will pass into the four quarters of the earth, talking peace and bringing war. There's your Christianity. We come in peace, brother. We come in peace. We got white Jesus right here. We love, God loves everybody. They were telling everybody that that's what they were saying, that we come in peace. But they were bringing nothing but war. So again, let's read that again. One worship will pass into the four quarters of the earth, talking peace and bringing war. See, this is that history that the other nations don't want to bring out. See, they think that, this is all the stuff they want to hide. This is all prophecy that you guys, you other nations, have fulfilled. Okay? A nation of the seas will be greater than any other, but will be as an apple, rotten at the core, and will not endure. There you go. You guys are a nation of the seas. You got a hold of our 10, our island of 10. You got a hold of Britain. Then all of a sudden, you guys were all over the place. All of a sudden, like the British, that the sun never set on their empire. This was them. This was you guys. This is your other nations. This is Esau right here. Okay? So again, a nation of the seas will be greater than any other, but will be as an apple, rotten at the core, and will not endure. A nation of traders will destroy men with wonders, and it shall have its day. So a nation of traders, that's you guys. Remember, I think the English language was like a language of commerce. I think it was what we read in one of our books. Remember that? Like the English language, they said it was a language of commerce. I don't know exactly which book I talked about that in or we read that in, but it's a language of commerce. And that's what this is talking about right here. A nation of traders will destroy men with wonders, and it shall have its day. It destroyed us with their weapons. It destroyed us with their guns. They had their day. Esau had his blessing. You see that right there. Like I said, this is all coming from the Colbrin Bible. The Bible, one of these Bibles that they did not approve. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the Gentiles, you guys can't come in here and say, oh, we don't accept that book. That's fine. You don't have to accept it. We do, because it's telling us the truth. We use it, we read it, and then we say, hey, we let the Spirit guide. But see, once we start getting this other information from other historical books, then all of a sudden, this starts to make sense. But if you don't read any of these other historical books, you don't realize that we were the British. We were the Irish. We had Gaul. Our people were in India. Our people were in China. We were teaching the whole world. If you don't understand that, and you think that, oh, India, all the East Indians that are there now, oh, China, all the same people that are there today. No, we taught everyone. But if you don't know that, then you read this kind of stuff and then it goes over your head. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Make sure I'm not getting hot here with the phone. All right, let's continue. Then shall the high strive with the low, the north with the south, the east with the west, and the light with the darkness. And then you remember like the 10 toes of Daniel and how the iron mixed with the clay. Okay? That's the mixing of the light and the dark. You know, the wise with the ignorant. We were all mixed together. Okay? Men shall be divided by their races, and the children will be born as strangers among them. Brother shall strive with brother, and husband with wife. Fathers will no longer instruct their sons, and the sons will be wayward. Women will become the common property of men, and will no longer be held in regard and respect. So our houses were destroyed. They've done everything to keep the man out of the house. They've done everything to keep our men ignorant so that they're not able to actually, teach their sons, teach their children the right way. There is no right way, because we've been taken, well, first of all, we've been destroyed mentally, and then they took us out of the house. So therefore, there's no direction in the house. The family destroyed. This is all coming from the Colbrin Bible. Let's continue. Then men will be ill at ease in their hearts. They will seek they know not what, and uncertainty and doubt will trouble them. They will possess great riches, but be poor in spirit. Is that not the other nations? You guys possess great riches. You guys possess all of our lands, all of our resources. You possess all of our books. You possess all of our learning, but you're weak in spirit. You see that? You see how this is all coming together? They're weak in spirit, just like the video we did last night, how all of these priests were really good with the information, except the Jesuits. When the Jesuits got their hands on the stuff, they said, hey, the Jesuits, they're just not really good with it. They're just, I don't know, they're just not all there. You see, that's just confirming it right here. You guys get everything, but you just can't figure out how to use stuff. You just don't know how to use it because it's just not in your spirit, because you're the base, you're the basest, the bottom of men. Even though you tried to lift yourself up to be up here and you put us down here. I said, but ultimately, the real stars are going to shine no matter what. No matter what you say, no matter how you present things, the truth is always going to come out. The true people of the Most High are going to come to the top. The cream's always going to rise to the top. Okay? So let's see here. They will possess great riches, but be poor in spirit. Then will the heavens tremble, and the earth move. Men will quake in fear, and while terror walks with them, the heralds of doom will appear. They will come softly as thieves to the tombs. Men will not know them for what they are. Men will be deceived. The hour of the destroyer is at hand. So now look, many of these things have already been fulfilled. Things are happening all around. But like it says, they will come softly as thieves to the tombs. Men will not know them for what they are. Men will be deceived. The hour of the destroyer is at hand. See, the hour of the destroyer is at hand. The hour of the destroyer is here. But most of the people in the world will be totally clueless. They will not have any idea because of the way that they have been, instructed in society. Don't listen to us. We don't know what the hell we're talking about. Keep listening to us. We're going to make things better. We have all of the answers, but they have none of the answers because they're totally oblivious to the truth. You see how this is all working out? We're still in chapter 3. We haven't even gotten to chapter 4, 5, 6. What we'll probably end up doing is read this over the weekend. We'll read some of it now, and we're just going to continue with it. I said because we're just going to make it a couple of part 2, part 3. I said because there's so much information, but like I said, it's so much confirmation. As you listen to it, then you have to apply this information to what you see. You have to apply this information to the information that the Most High has had us bring out. There's other brethren who's bringing out other information. The sisters that are actually bringing out other information, they get so caught up in the word like magic And it's like power. It's, you know, and then they just stop and then they just concentrate on these certain things. I said, you've got to take all this stuff that you're seeing and you've got to apply it to what, you know, to history, to what's happening right now. You know, I said, there's so much that the Most High is showing us right now. He's confirming everything. He told us just what to do with a little mustache. As soon as these people, as soon as the world realizes that America has the jewels of the Most High, that's going to be it. That's going to be it. That's going to be the beginning of World War III. The whole world before, because, yay, we were still stuck in that playpen that was set up by the abominable church. We were not going outside to look for information. We were not being led by the Holy Spirit. We were still yes, we were being led by the Holy Spirit, but we were not trusting her enough to leave the confines of what the Gentiles have told us. Now, all of a sudden, the Most High is like, hey, it's time for you to leave the yard. It's time for you to go out here and follow me everywhere that I show you. Show me, take all the information that I'm going to give you. Doesn't matter what men say. It doesn't matter that people disagree. It doesn't matter if they call you names. It doesn't matter, you know, if they call you crazy. It doesn't matter if they call you a devil. It doesn't matter if they call you a warlock or a witch doctor, because I'm eventually going to prove you right, like he always does. Because even all the things that they say, that's all part of prophecy. Like my brother, the 12, him and I were talking about earlier, you know, you always got to have light and dark. You always got to have Darth Vader to Luke Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? Because that evil will always kind of push you to do things that you're not comfortable. If, you know, you got to be ready to battle. So therefore, you know, because you got to fight against Darth Vader. So therefore, you know, you need to start to study. You need to go seek out Yoda. You need to start practicing. If you don't have a Darth Vader, if you don't have evil, you'll be complacent and you won't study. You won't get better. You won't improve. But when you have an adversary, that then makes you have to continue to sharpen your skills. It makes you to have to continue to study. It makes you have to continue to grow. Without Darth Vader, you're going to get complacent. You see what I'm saying? So let's continue though. Let's finish up 3. In those days, men will have the great book before them. Wisdom will be revealed. The few will be gathered for the stand. It is the hour of trial. The dauntless ones will survive. The stout-hearted will not go down to destruction. So let's go again. Read that again. In those days, men will have the great book before them. Wisdom will be revealed. The few will be gathered for the stand. It is the hour of trial. The dauntless ones will survive. The stout-hearted will not go down to destruction. So we're going to have the great book. We're going to have this great information. We're going to have this great understanding. And wisdom will be revealed. Wisdom will then be revealed to show us, to lead us where we need to go. You see, the great book and its understanding is coming now at the end. It wasn't the book that the Gentiles approved for us. Yes, that was some of the information. It's not all of it. And I don't know why that's, well, I don't know why it's such a difficult concept for many. I said, because it's the Most High who makes it difficult. It's the Most High who says, you can come this far, but no further. You know, that's why I don't get upset with people and, you know, and argue with people. I said, because if the Most High hasn't shown it to you, I said, there's nothing that I can do to, you know, make you accept certain things. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. Great God of all ages, alike to all, who sets the trials of man, be merciful to our children in the days of doom. Man must suffer to be great, but hasten not his progress unduly. In the great winnowing, be not too harsh on the lesser ones among men. Even the son of a thief has become your scribe. And this is so true. Again, I'm going to read this one more time. Great God of all ages, alike to all, who sets the trials of man, be merciful to our children in the days of doom. Man must suffer to be great, but hasten not his progress unduly. In the great winnowing, be not too harsh on the lesser ones, okay, among men. Even the son of a thief has become your scribe. So man must suffer to be great. Have our people not suffered? We've gone through it all, family. The Most High has tried us through the fire. We have suffered. And see, that guy was talking about, oh, you guys aren't, you guys are not, you don't have the blessings. You're not this, you're not that. Yeah, we're not. We're suffering the curses. We're suffering the curses, though, to be great at the end. We don't want to be great in this society. This is your society. This is your greatness. This is as good as it's going to get for you. It's not going to be a, hey, we're all in this together. Nah, you got this, bruh. We're not all in this together. This is your show. This is your blessing. This is when the Most High is going to come back and ask, what did you do with your talents? This is you. This is what you're going to show the Most High. What did you do with these talents? Yeah, I think you pretty much screwed up that whole process right there. You see what I'm saying? Don't put me in that. I'm not doing what you're doing with your talents. I'm doing something totally different with the talents the Most High gave me. I said that these are the talents you're going to be showing the Most High when He gets here. So don't be putting me in that. I didn't do that. I didn't get any. No one ever asked me my opinion. No one ever asked me, hey, Big Judah, what do you think? No one. They're like, oh, that nigga, we're not gonna ask him nothing. He don't know nothing anyways. Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. I'll just sit here in the back, waiting for when Dad gets here. That's gonna be your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Father, hey, they didn't ask me, so my name's Bennett, and I'm not in it. That's all him. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. But that was the end of 3. I'm gonna see where I want to start in 4. Shoot, man, I'm just gonna kind of read. We're just gonna read some more. Like I said, but this is just, like I said, it's just absolutely amazing. This is prophecy. This is what's happening right now. This one part over here about the soothsayers. Okay, and the nation of lawgivers shall rule the earth and pass away into nothingness. That's 1 Nephi 13. You know what I'm saying? That's 1 Nephi 13. Yay, that abominable church coming and enslaving us. Like I said, these prophecies, it's everywhere. It's in all these different books, all this different information. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got to go to all these different books, here a little, there a little. And then you go to these other books and it brings all that information together. Before I continue, I'm just going to wait here for a second and check you guys out. It says it's a beautiful thing, ain't it? You guys are having a great time in the chat. I'm not even able to participate until I have to watch it later on. Yeah, they're still stuck on the rapture. I mean, if you keep all these books hidden and you don't tell people the truth, you have to come up with a rapture doctrine, because there's so much information that actually goes against everything that you're saying that you pretty much have to come up with a rapture doctrine. You know what I'm saying? You have to. You don't have a choice. I said, because you can't prove all this stuff wrong. And they're not going to be able to give you a good breakdown of prophecy when they're the ones that have been destroying everything and they're trying to hide it. You know what I mean? They're trying to hide all this. So they're not going to tell you that, hey, yeah, man, yeah, we destroyed everything. Yeah, we destroyed God's chosen people. Yeah, they're not going to tell you that. So therefore, you gotta get the truth from a different perspective. You gotta get the truth from a different perspective. Let's go ahead and read. I'm trying to think if I should read 4. I'm gonna read 4. Okay. So I'll just keep reading 4. And what I'll do is if we don't continue, we'll continue tomorrow, and we'll just continue with some of this. Okay. Sound good, family? I'm not trying to do like a 4-hour, 5-hour live. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you guys a little bit, and we can come back tomorrow, and we can do some more, and we can do some more. Hey, we got, a 3-day weekend, so we can do a lot of this. We can come together. I finally learned how to actually schedule lives. I just don't like to do that. I'm actually a pretty spontaneous person. So, it's like, all right, I got some time. I'll go live now. But now I'm trying to, okay. It's easier if I let you guys know a couple hours in advance so that you guys can kind of plan so we can all be here. So I got to be better as far as that's concerned. I'm trying to be more consistent with that. Okay? So let's read a little bit of chapter 4. The Destroyer, part 2. And thank Brother Hawood again for bringing this to my attention. I'm sure the Holy Spirit put it on him to say something in order for me to go ahead and read this again to the family. O sentinels of the universe who watch for the Destroyer, how long will your enduring vigil last? O mortal men who wait without understanding, where will you hide yourselves in the dread days of doom, when the heavens shall be torn apart and the skies rent in twain, in the days when children will turn gray-headed? This is a thing which will be seen. This is the terror your eyes will behold. This is the form of destruction that will rush upon you. There will be that great body of fire, the glowing head with many mouths, of eyes ever-changing. Terrible teeth will be seen in formless mouths, and a fearful dark belly will glow redly from fires inside. Even the most stout-hearted man will tremble, and his bowels will be loosened, for this is not a thing understandable to men. This sounds like the book of Jeremiah, when the men didn't want to come out and fight. That's what it sounds like right here, okay? It will be a vast sky spanning from enwrapping earth, burning with many hues, with wide open mouths. Then will descend to sweep across the face of the land, engulfing all in the yawning jaws. The greatest warriors will charge against it in vain. The fangs will fall out, and lo, they are terror-inspiring things. Of cold-hardened water, great boulders will be hurled down upon men, crushing them into red powder. As the great salt water rises up in its train, and roaring torrents pour towards the land, even the heroes among mortal men will be overcome with madness, as moths fly swiftly to their doom in the burning flame. So will these men rush to their own destruction. The flames going before will devour all the works of men. The waters following will sweep away whatever remains. The dew of death will fall softly as a gray carpet over the cleared land. Men will cry out in their madness, "Oh, whatever being there is, save us from this tall form of terror. Save us from the gray dew of death." So that was chapter 4. Okay? So you can see right now that it's not looking too good. You can see right now that this destroyer is coming, and these people are not going to be able to do anything about it. So now let's go to chapter 5, the Destroyer, part 3, from the scroll of Adifa. The doom shape called the Destroyer in Egypt was seen in all the lands thereabouts. In color, it was bright and fiery, in appearance changing and unstable. It twisted about itself like a coil, like water bubbling into a pool from the underground supply. And all men agree it was a most fearsome sight. It was not a great comet or a loosened star, being more like a fiery body of flame. Its movements, okay, on high were slow. Below it swirled in the manner of smoke, and it remained close to the sun, whose face it hid. There was a bloody redness about it, which changed as it passed along its course. It caused death and destruction in its rising and setting. It swept the earth with gray cinder rain and caused many plagues, hunger, and other evils. It bit the skin of men and beasts until they became mottled with swords. And a lot of this is actually talked about also in the Florentine Codex, I think book number 12. And actually I might have to bring some of that out also this weekend. The earth was troubled and shook. The hills and mountains moved and rocked. The dark smoke filled heavens, bowed over earth, and a great howl came to the ears of living men. Borne to them upon the wings of the wind, it was the cry of the dark Lord, the master of dread. Thick clouds of fiery smoke passed before him, and there was an awful hail of hot stones and coals of fire. The doom shape thundered sharply in the heavens and shot out bright lightnings. The channels of water were turned back unto themselves when the land tilted, and great trees were tossed about and snapped like twigs. Then a voice of 10,000 trumpets was heard over the wilderness, and before its burning breath the flames parted. The whole of the land moved, and mountains melted. The sky itself roared like 10,000 lions in agony. And bright arrows of blood sped back and forth across its face. Earth swelled up like bread upon the earth, or hearth. This was the aspect of the doom shape, called the destroyer, when it appeared in days long gone by in olden times. It is thus described in the old records, few of which remain. It is said that when it appears in the heavens above, earth splits open from the heat, like a nut roasted before the fire. Then flames shoot up through the surface and leap about like fiery fiends upon black blood. The moisture inside the land is all dried up. The pastures and cultivated places are consumed in flames, and they and all trees become white ashes. The doom shape is like a circling ball of flame, which scatters small fiery offspring in its train. It covers about a fifth part of the sky and sends writhing snake-like fingers down to earth. Before it, the sky appears frightened, and it breaks up and scatters away. Midday is no brighter than night. It spawns a host of terrible things. These are things said of the destroyer in the old records. Read them with solemn heart, knowing that the doom shape has its appointed time and will return. It would be foolish to let them go unheeded. Now men say, such things are not destined for our days. May the great God above grant that this be so. But come, the day surely will, and in accordance with his nature, man will be unprepared. So this is showing you right here that there are old records that talk about these events, that these events have happened before, that the destroyer was here before. But some people, I'm sure we all know who, have decided to keep those records hidden. They've kept these records hidden now so that many people will say, oh, that destruction will not happen in my day. That destruction is not going to happen in my lifetime. Things are going to get much better. Things are going to return back to normal. But see, this is exactly why these people have hidden these records. Your elites, your people who are at the top have these records. Why do you think that they're all quitting their jobs right now? Why do you think all of a sudden Nancy Pelosi and all these people in Congress have just decided to retire all of a sudden? Why do you think all of these CEOs have just decided to leave their positions paying them tens of millions of dollars a year? Exactly, a wheel of fire in Ezekiel. Hiding in the caves, going off grid, exactly. See, this is telling you that they have, old records that talk about this. But they're not letting the people know the truth. People talk about repenting and getting an opportunity to repent, getting an opportunity to follow, to cleave to the Most High and cleave to his people. The other nations don't want you to have that opportunity. These other spirits don't want you to have that opportunity. They want you to go down with the ship. So therefore, these records are hidden. They've taken these records and hidden this information. Now at the end, the Most High has to raise up his people to tell you the truth. The Most High has to use his people at this time to tell you the truth, because the people that you've put your faith in have lied to you about everything. The Most High is now raising us up to tell you, look, you are at the end. This is it. You will, if you want some form of mercy, you have to follow our power. You have to do the things that he has commanded us to do. You need to cleave to his people. You need to cleave to them in order for you to be able to know the truth. Because these people have hidden all these records. This is all coming from the Colbrin Bible. He knows that there's no truth in them. There's no light in these other people, in these nations. You know, so he has to raise up his people here at the end. He had to take us out of the, the abominable churches, playground, the 66 books only. Okay? He had to raise us up and have us follow the Holy Spirit into other books to get other understanding, so that when we do get things like the Colbrin Bible, that we can pull from the other information that the Most High has given us in order to be able to share this information with you. We're not your enemy. As much as the other nations, the abominable church has tried to portray us as your enemy, we are not your enemy. The Most High is trying to save as many of you as he can. The Most High is very patient. And the Most High is now showing you, these are the people you're going to have to follow. The ones that have been, portrayed as being the scum of the earth. The ones that have been portrayed as being, the worst of the worst. Are you going to follow the people that I have sent? Or are you going to follow the ones that have lifted themselves up but have hidden all this information? You're going to have to follow the true Hebrew Israelites. This is what you're seeing right now. So you see right here that they have hidden information. And you should know by now that you got the Catholic Church, you got the abominable church, who has 50 plus miles of of our information underneath their churches. So that's just more confirmation that this is true. Now, let's get into chapter 6. Well, hold on. At the end of I'm going to read about that last part of 5, because the doomsday says the doom shape has its appointed time and will return. It's coming. As much as they want to keep telling you, oh, that's something's going to happen in the future. That's something going to happen. Don't worry about that. This is showing you this doom shape has its appointed time and will return. Let's just read it one more time. This last paragraph. Midday is no brighter than night. It spawns a host of terrible things. These are things said of the destroyer in the old records. Read them with solemn heart, knowing that the doom shape has its appointed time and will return. It would be foolish to let them go unheeded. Now men say, such things are not destined for our days. May the great God above grant that this be so. But come, the day surely will, and in accordance with his nature, man will be unprepared. Man is going to be unprepared. That's in his nature. These other nations, they're going to be unprepared. See, the other nations are going to be unprepared because they are hiding all this information. Our people, the Mayans, okay, Moctezuma, he knew about this destruction that was coming. He knew that the other nations were going to come and take over the lands. He let the people know what was coming. So this is not talking about our people, because our people let our people know what was coming. See, it's you Gentiles who have people who are above you that are hiding all this information from you. We're going to go to chapter 6 right now. The dark days. The dark days began with the last visitation of the destroyer, and they were foretold by strange omens in the skies. All men were silent and went about with pale faces. The leaders of the slaves, which had built a city to the glory of Thom, stirred up unrest, and no man raised his arm against them. They foretold great events of which the people were ignorant. and of which the temple seers were not informed. You're not seeing this happening right now? Remember how history repeats itself? That's what you're seeing happening right now again. Let's read it again. The leaders of the slaves, which had built a city to the glory of Thom, stirred up unrest, and no man raised his arm against them. They foretold great events, of which the people were ignorant, and of which the temple seers were not informed. See, the temple seers, you can say today, are these people, these pastors and priests in the churches. They're not informed of this because they don't have all the books. They don't have all the records. And even if they did have them, would they inform you? Would they tell you? Or are they under, orders to not tell the truth? These were days of ominous calm, when the people waited for they knew not what. The presence of an unseen doom was felt. The hearts of men were stricken. Laughter was heard no more, and grief and wailing sounded throughout the land. Even the voices of children were stilled, and they did not play together, but stood silent. Does that not sound like what you're seeing right now? Is that not what you're seeing right now? People they know something's coming, but they can't put their finger on it. They know that destruction is coming, but they don't know why. They don't know who to look for. They don't know who to look to. But they know that something is coming. Let's read that again. These were days of ominous calm, when the people waited for they knew not what. The presence of an unseen doom was felt. The hearts of men were stricken. Laughter was heard no more, and grief and wailing sounded throughout the land. Even the voices of children were stilled, and they did not play together, but stood silent. So this is this is just hearts being stricken from the adults to the kids. This is what we're seeing right now, every day. The days of stillness were followed by a time when the noise of trumpeting and shrilling was heard in the heavens, and the people became as frightened beasts without a herdsman, as asses when lions prowl without their fold. Now this is like what's going to happen next. We're kind of waiting right now for that shoe to drop. And this tells you what happens when that shoe drops. It says the days of stillness were followed by a time when the noise of trumpeting and shrilling was heard in the heavens. So that's what we're waiting for. And the people became as frightened beasts without a herdsman, as asses when lions prowl without their fold. You kind of think about Micah, when the Most High makes his people, he hardens their like the wolves, hooves like brass, and their horn is like unbreakable, and they're like lions amongst the sheep. These are the things that you're waiting for that shoe to drop, and that's what it sounds like right there. Because these people became as frightened beasts without a herdsman. They have no direction. As asses when lions prowl without their fold. It sounds like they're running around like crazy with no direction, and then there's like lions around, and they're like sheep running around, and there's lions amongst the sheep. The people spoke of the God of the slaves, and reckless men said, if we knew where this God were to be found, we would sacrifice to him. But the God of the slaves was not among them. He was not to be found within the swamplands or in the brick pits. His manifestation was in the heavens for all men to see. But they did not see with understanding, nor would any God listen. For all were dumb because of the hypocrisy of men. So it's like, oh, we would definitely follow your God now. Now that everything's gone to hell. Now we want to follow your God now. Just like it talks about in Proverbs, when the Most High was calling you, you didn't want to hear. Now he's going to laugh at your calamity. Now he's going to laugh at your calamity. It says, the dead were no longer sacred and were thrown into the waters. Those already entombed were neglected, and many became exposed. They lay unprotected against the hands of thieves. He who once toiled long in the sun, bearing the yoke himself, now possessed oxen. He who grew no grain, now owned a storehouse full. He who once dwelt at ease among his children, now thirsted for water. He who once sat in the sun with crumbs and dregs was now bloated with food. He reclined in the shade, his bowls overflowing. Here is your switch. Here is the ones who were at the bottom are now moving to the top. Here's the ones that were at the top being moved to the bottom. The head becoming the tail, and the tail becoming the head. I'm going to stop it right there. I'll take a look about what we'll read tomorrow from here. But again, this is from the Colbrin Bible right here. I had a couple other books, but I'm not going to get into those right now. This is prophecy right here that's being fulfilled. This is the prophecy they've kept out of your Bible. This is why everything starts with, for you guys, the rapture. Because they're not going to tell you that they hid the information about the doom shade, about the destroyer coming. They're not going to admit to the fact that they hid all that information. So they got to give you the rapture. Don't worry. Say, Jesus, you're out of here. Because once the skies are cracked open, that's it. Then they're going to be like, oh, we want to follow you now. We want to follow the God of the Hebrews, the God of the slaves. That's what they say in here. The God of the slaves. That's how we've been portrayed, right? That we are the slaves. That's all that we are. You see, our power has always delivered us. And he's delivered the ones that have cleaved to us. So you're getting your opportunity to hear the truth. The Most High is making us make videos and bring this information out in order for you to hear the truth, because you're not going to hear the truth in your churches. You're not going to hear the truth, from your pastors or your priests. They're not going to tell you the truth. It's not in them. They're not allowed to. They have to follow the syllabus. They got to follow the curriculum. They're not, they're not free agents. They're not independent contractors. So, there's plenty of things we could talk about that we just read. This eerie calm. Did you guys not feel that eerie kind of like, damn, there's something not right? We know, because we have the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit's telling us that this is it. This is it. But the other nations, they know that this is it too, but they don't quite understand why. They don't understand like the timing, because they have no idea that we are the clock. Us awakening, has been the clock. And they refuse, hey man, that's a tough pill to swallow. These ones, the ones that we've had in derision, the ones that we just, they get killed. They want you to actually, treat them right. We don't need to worry about them. They'll get over it. They'll pray for us. Actually, we'll shoot them down, and then we'll make sure that they actually forgive us and pray for them without us even having to ask. Because we'll make sure we have, their pastors doing that for us. He said, that's it. No more. No more of that. You know, I said you can have the 2/3. I said they can go over there and they can pray for you and everything else, and you know. But I said, but over here, no, that's not happening over here with us. So it's absolutely beautiful times right now. Scary if you don't have the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, hey, you just imagine, like I said, I have the Florentine Codex, and I'm gonna make sure I get that from book 12, and we'll talk about that. How Moctezuma knew that the other nations were coming to destroy our people, and he told them, and it was like the whole like society just collapsed, just stopped moving forward, and people just stayed home, and kids didn't play, and it seems like it's like right now, like how it is like right now, like people knew the shoe was gonna drop, but they, you know, didn't know, I mean, what to do. And you see right now, it's exactly the same kind of things are happening right now, but the records are sealed. The records are hidden. The other nations are totally oblivious, and they don't want to believe what we're saying. But you're not. It's going to get to a point where you're not going to have a choice. And like I said, you're going to have to, you know, accept it, because when you're going to want to follow our power eventually, you're going to want to follow. I'm going to follow the God of the slaves, but then he will not be available to you. He's here now. The Most High Power is here now. He's the one that gives us the words to say. He's the one that gives us the books to read. He's the one that brings information together. He's the one that has our brothers and sisters sending information to us. He's the one that has our brothers and sisters right here in the chat putting information for you to, you know, to look at. You know, you Gentiles, I know that you guys are here looking. Look at the chat. Look at the information. Research it for yourself. Hebrews, look in the chat. I said there's great information that's right there. We have 1,100 people right here, and I know they're going hard and they're putting a lot of information in there for you to study, for you to look at, for you to research. Look to see if what we're saying is not true. Try to prove it wrong. See, that's the thing. Many of you guys just want to dismiss it, but you dismiss it without putting forth any effort. Dismiss it. Don't dismiss it until you actually try to go and prove it wrong. Because what's going to happen is as soon as you try to go prove it wrong, you're going to realize that you can't prove it wrong. You can't prove the information that we're bringing out as being wrong. It's going to be absolutely impossible. Because you know why? We all try to do that. We all came into this truth. We all tried to prove it wrong. And then the more we try to prove it wrong, the more we realize we couldn't. So that's what I tell you, you know, the Gentiles, the Hebrews, I said the ones that are here, you know, come to this truth with an open mind. Understand that you've been lied to about absolutely everything. Come to the realization that we don't hate you. We're showing you love at this point because we're showing you the truth. This is truth. This is love right here, bringing you the truth. We're not out here calling you every name in the book, this, and that, how you all are going to burn, da, da, da. I said, that's not what we're here for. We're here to be the light. That's what the Most High said that we were going to do, that we're going to be the light to the nations. And the nations are going to gravitate to us. But we have a responsibility to conduct ourselves in a way that we are a light to the other nations, that we are a light to the other people. So like I said, it's not just what I'm saying. You also have over 1,100 brothers and sisters right here who are giving you information. Like I said, this is a group effort. This is not me. This is all of us as a nation coming together. And trust me, you can have, I'm sure there's a bunch of great information in this chat. Exactly. We don't have time for the name calling. We don't have time for all that. We don't have time to fight with each other. You know what I'm saying? We're here to be a light to the world. And that's what the Most High is having us do right now. You know, I'm so happy that the Most High is giving us this knowledge and understanding. So I'm so happy that that I've been blessed to be able to be in this position. And I'm sure all of you are all happy that you are in a position that you are in right now, that you are here right now, and you're able to actually share this information with the world. We are being used by the Most High. And that's why, we have so many people here right now bringing this information. We're bringing, like I said, all of us here are bringing love to the world. You know, I want to be restored as a people. I want our lands restored as a people. I want to follow the Most High the way we're supposed to. Because once we do that, that's when the world will be a paradise once again. You know, only Esau and the other nations make it seem like, you know, I got to have everything and screw the rest of you. The Most High is infinite. He has enough for all of us. Exactly. In proper order. Everything's going to be in the order of the Most High. The way the Most High wants things. Luciana, yes, I'm sorry, but brother, I said it, but I'm sick of these hateful, wicked people. Yeah, we all are. We're not talking to them. I'm not making an altar call for everybody to come. No, I'm just telling you the ones that the Most High's put in their heart, that's looking for the truth and sincerity. Here's your place. Here's where you can find the truth. The wicked aren't going to be here. The wicked one, they're wicked. They're not going to be here. They're not going to be looking for the truth. They're going to enjoy the last few days of their blessing. You know what I mean? I'm just saying hey, trust me, you don't think a lot of people right now are looking for the truth? Remember, they feel something. The Most High's got something in their hearts. So right now, this is their opportunity to hear the truth. Yeah, exactly. I said, I'm not doing no altar call. I said, that's not me. I said, I'm not running a church. I'm just, hey, here's the information. I said, if you want to, repent, you want to follow the Most High, that's between you and him. You chase after him. Yep. Yes, sir, 12. So everything's going to be in order. As it says in Isaiah 14. So when you have the correct understanding, I said, then you're going to get, of who's who and order, then the scriptures are going to make sense for you. So we're on the precipice of huge events right now. And it's beautiful to be able to spend time together with the family. And what we're going to do is I'll pray to the Most High, see if we can get together again tomorrow or Sunday or Monday. We'll figure it out. I got a lot of information to bring out as far as just regular videos as well. But I know the Most High put it on me to have the live today. Like I said, every day you look and it's like, I'm sure something's going to happen again tomorrow with Russia, Ukraine, and NATO. I said, but most of them don't understand why these things are happening. But we have to make sure that we let the world know. This is why it's happening. This is why, all of your prophecies are not working out. This is why you see all this destruction coming, but you don't know why. And we're letting you know why. Because the Most High is calling for his people. We've gone through our punishment. Our punishment is coming to an end. Our restoration is here. And now the Most High is calling the ones who are going to cleave. He's calling his people and the ones that are going to cleave here at the end. But it's beautiful to see so many people here. It's beautiful to see it growing. And we're going to see many more here in the future. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother. Who is wisdom? Who is the Holy Spirit? Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom, family.